All right. Well, hey, we're coming off of a win. It's always a lot nicer in here. We're talking about a win. This past week, Fairmont game. Just recap. I thought we did a lot of good things well. The most important things, we took care of the football. We took care of the football. We managed the game. We controlled the tempo of the game. We won the time possession, which time possession is not always a stat that we're looking to win, but it was an indication to me that we played the game the way we wanted to play the game. This past week, we wanted to slow it down. We wanted to be a little more conservative as far as what we're doing, and we wanted to make sure we stressed taking care of the football, playing great defense, staying true to our fundamentals, all those characteristics you're looking for in a good football team. So I thought we did that. I thought as a coaching staff, because we were a little bit more stubborn, we probably ran the ball into some bad looks, some bad situations, but I also was okay with that, as weird and as bad as that sounds, just for the fact that I felt that we were going to be good enough to push through that Fairmont game as long as we just played with our fundamentals, played hard, played mistake-free football. So this week we got our Urbana team. Hopefully offensively we can start to loosen it up more, but also we can't forget who we are in our core. We're going to be a team that runs football, and we have to run the football even when they're expecting us to run the football. So we got to do a great job with that this week. Defensively, we're continuing to take strides forward. You saw last week our production was better. A lot of that was because offensively we took care of the ball, but defensively we're playing harder. We're playing more sound, playing more fundamental ball. That's as good of defense as we played probably since sometime last year, one of our better games. So we're growing as a football team. I'm proud this week we're learning how to practice, which is very, very important for who we are. Well, we like to pride ourselves in the way we practice, and I felt as a head coach leading up to the season because we weren't practicing the way we should have, and that's on me. That's on me for not addressing that earlier, but now we're learning it. We're learning how to practice. We're getting it. We're figuring that out. So that's just a habit that we have to develop. Urbana, as far as their team, they got Coach Haynes got his first win ever as a head coach. I know it was pretty important and special for him last week, especially in the fashion that it happened. They won on a Hail Mary at the end of the game, so it was a pretty neat little game for those guys. Playing at a West Virginia State team and field that's a little harder. I mean, West Virginia State's an improved football team. That field condition is a home field advantage for West Virginia State. So to go in there with an unproven team, a new team, a team that's relatively new to him, the head coach, and the players new to their coaching staff, it's a pretty good accomplishment for going on. Urbana's a tough place to play. It's an environment that our kids have got to get used to, and we've got to make sure we bring great energy. We have to travel right, all those things. Defensively, Gary Wallace is one of their linebackers. He, in my opinion, has been arguably the best linebacker in the league the last 3 years. So he's a guy that we're going to have to do a really good job with, knowing where he's out on the field, doing a great job blocking him. I think he's a very, very good football player. And if he's on anyone's team, he's starting and playing and making a lot of plays. The rest of their team, I know Kevin Chappelle, who plays their Sam linebacker, who is probably the best end-of-the-line pass rush guy in the league. So although their last year's record doesn't indicate it, and their record now, 1-1, same as us, that they're more of that they've got some players that can make plays. So they got some players that can scare you. They have a couple receivers outside offensively who can play for anyone. Offensively, I can see where they're wanting to go. I can see what they're trying to get to, but they're also a program that's in a rebuilding phase. New head coach who came from a very winning program, the IUP. Good offensive mind. So and we also got to realize, like we said last week, we have the bullseye on our back, and people are going to play a little harder for us. They're going to prepare a little bit more. So we have to be prepared for all those things that may pop up within the game. But the biggest thing I say every week is we got to worry about Concord. We got to take care of us. And I think us learning how to practice better is a big step in the right direction for that. So hopefully we can carry those good practices into a great weekend this week and move forward.